Hey, I'm live. Testing. Three gifts from Tony Robbins right now that I'm just watching this uh, uh, training, and I just wanted to bring forward. I wanted to test this new computer that I got right now in the live streaming capacity of it, and if I need to add a mic system to it as well. I haven't made up my mind what I want to do with that, but I thought I would use this instead of the phone. I have a newer computer. I got it for gaming, got it for work as well. What he asked in the basics was, where are you and where do you want to go? And you need to separate the vehicle from the outcome, is what he was basically talking about in the training. And the three gifts that he talks about is one being talent, two being a manager or a leader, and three, entrepreneur spirit. Where do you fall in that? And he says, what is an extraordinary life where you are in your life today? What makes an extraordinary life where you are today? And the first thing or thought that came into my mind when he was talking in the very first part of it, and I haven't finished the training at all. I'm going through some training at ClickFunnels with Russell Brunson. And one of the bonuses that got released was Tony Robbins. There's a whole series of stuff that it was been released. And anyway, the first thing that came to my mind was trading. When I wrote down the three gifts, the talent that I have, or the talent that I perceive that I have, is trading, in the trading realm. And where I can help others as well is probably in that realm. Now, I've been doing a lot of soul searching over the last, since December of last year, debating about what I want to do as I get ready to turn double nickel here in March 55. What do I want to do between 55 and 59? What can I accomplish in that 4 year period of time? And within that 4 years, at 59 is when I've said to myself, that's what I want to retire. Retire to me, what does retiring mean to you? Retiring means I get to, if I want to take the day off, I take the day off. If I want to take the weekend off and go camping, I go camping. If I want to do this or that or the other, I get to do that as well. So obviously I've got things inside my lifestyle and some things that I have to accomplish as well to get to that point. Will being a table games dealer at live casino do it? Now, granted, it's about it's a decent life. Don't get me wrong. It's a great lifestyle as far as that goes. The hours suck sometimes, but there is no good set of hours inside a casino. I mean, you have grave shift, you have day shift, and you have a swing shift. So they're really, you're always on every holiday. You don't have, you get these blackout days where you just can't take off around Christmas and New Year's. And a lot of the times that I've been able to take off in the past, now I'm not able to do that. So I know that this particular job, as I am, is going to come to an end at some point in the future. I'm not going to consistently mess Christmas and New Year's and all. It's just not going to work through that for the rest of my life. Now, whether it's between here and I continue to work through to 59, and then I don't have the answer to that. But what I do know is I have a personal drive and desire to do more with my life as it relates to this YouTube channel that I put out, my Facebook channel, the 123 day trade that I put together, the new idea that I'm not new, but when I thought about what can I accomplish in my life and what can I teach others, some of my best trading have happened within 30-minute windows. 30 minutes maybe in the open of the market, or 30 minutes towards the close, really never in the middle of the market. What I find my best trades have already been established inside the first 30 minutes, and I'm just kind of monitoring it is the best way of putting it. Moving a stop loss or moving a stop profit target. I'm just monitoring the trade at that point as it relates to day trading. The last 30 minutes of trading it's a whole new ball of wax. You're trying to I talk about 1.5P. I talk about what does P mean to me? Profit, right? What does profit mean? What does risk mean? Van Tharp talked about it. All these traders that you work your way to, right? Each trader that I've learned from, I've learned along the way different things. It's allowed me to understand the market a little bit better. I mean, even to this day, I still learn. Everybody's got to learn. Trying to think who I learned from less. So anyway, one of the things that I thought about is, where do I want to be at this time in my life? Do I want to go back down the insurance road? Is that going to, if I would set 5 to 10 and sell insurance, final expense, or annuities, or IULs, or anything along those in nature, would that help support the other side of what I want to accomplish as well? So a part-time, working obviously full-time at the casino, working part-time, and I think Jim Rohn said it. How did Jim Rohn say it back in the day? Jim Rohn being the motivational speaker, he said basically that he works full-time at his job and part-time on his fortune at one point, and eventually his part-time became full-time, so he ended up being able to work full-time on his fortune, part-time on his job, and eventually he was able to go full-time altogether, because his dream of being a motivational speaker and writing books and all the other things that he wanted to do, he accomplished that along the way. Zig Ziglar says basically the same thing. Many, many different motivational speakers along the way talk about that as well. You know, Tony Robbins is just another gentleman who has written a couple books, I guess 5 now, if I think about it. I have them all. Waking the Giant Within, I think, was his first book that he had. And then he had other books along the way. Which way do I like to learn the best? I like to learn from reading. I love to read. I found as I got older, I didn't enjoy his reading as much, because I had time seeing the page like I did in the past. So now, you know, when I'm reading, I got a progressive lenses, and I can actually read without having to do this to me. I don't know if you've noticed that I've had to do this an awful lot over the last few years. Now I've got the progressive lenses. I can look down and I can read. I mean, I got this book. I'm reading Frank Betker's book again, Failure to Success. How's his book go? It's Failure to Success in Selling, I believe. How he became a failure to success in selling. And I think one of the books that I put together back in the day, one of my first ebooks that I put together, was Failure to Success in Trading. So I've written a few ebooks. I've written all this stuff out here. I've been on YouTube now for over 10 years. You go back and see some of the first videos. You got my kids in the background. Now they're taller than me and smarter than me in most ways. And they got a lot of creativity. And that's something that I think the school system beats out of people sometimes, is the creative spirit, right? What have I learned along the way? So here's the dilemma that I'm in right now. I can continue going down and just be a full-time employee, and I know that I won't be satisfied in that realm. I can continue to work as a full-time employee, and on the other side, work to fulfill some of the dreams and desires that I have, that I want to accomplish in life. And I got extremely close to that several different times in my lifetime. When my dad was living, I got very close to extending that. Once we had to take care of mom, and the money kind of dried up in that sense, it's been a little bit more of a different way of going about it. I noticed that my risk tolerance level isn't as great. I found that, for a long story short, I found that Top Step Trader, now called Top Step, was a good place for me to be, because I knew that I had a fixed amount of income that I could expend in any given month or year or whatnot. And that money could help me get from point A to point B. So the talent. So I'm coming back to full circle being the talent. I would, if I had to rate the three gifts, I think the talent would be one for me. Once again, the three gifts that he talked about: one's the talent, two's manager, leader, and three's the entrepreneur. If I had to go and rate those, I think talent first, entrepreneur second, and then I would put the manager, leader in that third spot right now. Talent being, what am I talented doing? What have I been able to successfully do over the last, well, I guess since I've become an adult, since mid-20s to now. So over the last 30 plus years of my life, I've been trading. Over the last, I guess, close to 10 years, I've been day trading the crude oil futures market, or maybe not that long, but it seems like that long. I know that since August of 2014, I've been with Top Step Trader, now Top Step. Along those roads, I know that I've done a few odds and ends outside of that. I tried